Welcome to the Lost Lives Count. In this series, we tally the lives lost in horror movies, TV shows, music videos, and beyond. I am your host, William Prouty. Today, I'm doing Final Destination 2, released in 2003. 3 years after the original Final Destination by David R. Ellis. David R. Ellis is actually the one that is actually work on this one and the Final Destination. The 4th installment of Final Destination. He also did Cellular and Snakes on the Flame. There is damn snakes on the plane. And my least favorite shark movie, Shark Night. I actually don't enjoy this shark movie, and I will tell you why if I actually do watch Shark Night Kill Count. Join me as we do a thrilling and gruesome moments in this iconic. Death is back and with a different approach in the Final Destination. Honestly, Death is actually going to go backwards because, well, the people in this are interact with the previous people who actually died. Yeah, I am not joking. Each of the characters who actually die in the previous movies, each of them died. But when each of them died, they actually got... But to the new Lost Lives count, I would count the new kills. And also, here's the thing. The Final Destination franchise will have premonitions in each franchise. So when the deaths happen, the premonitions will keep up the style. Keep up this thing. How many deaths, how many lives does Death claim in Final Destination 2 in this sequel? Let's find out and dive into the movie. The movie opens with the New Line logo, and it's actually a Time Warner Company intro. And TV reports of the 1-year anniversary of Valdez Airport explosion from the first film of shortly taking off of the JFK Airport. The disaster impact many, but none more than the Mount Abraham High School. What actually happened is 40 students, 4 teachers died tragically. And the events unfold shocking tragically. And some of the survivors after the accident, face a series of bizarre accidents and have a timely death. Some of the deaths are tragic criticism, but the one actually say that they're hint of a sinister play. And also, we all have this. It also say the guy actually say that some deaths have a hidden sister because the guests actually say that the death of the Grim Reaper say we all have a grand design that how we gonna die. And the guy that saw the survivors' deaths, Alex Browning, seen the deaths before it happened, and everybody supposed to die naturally in that crash. If if they actually did not die, if they did die in that crash, they actually achieved death and risk. Now we meet Kimberly, who actually played by AJ Cook, who actually is Molly Keller in The Ripper. From our previous Lost Light count at Wishmaster 3 Beyond the Gates of Hell, she is Diana Collins. She actually is, in this movie, Kimberly Coleman from Final Destination 2. She is Lily in Night Skies. She is Vicky Rice in Mother's Day, which I will actually cover on Mother's Day. And she is Kate Moore on Where. Plus, she's also in a Goosebump episode, Don't Wake the Mummy, as Kim. She actually is going on a trip with her friends, and she actually have a transmission link. And she actually see trash a homeless woman dump trash near her car. A radio candle vigil for the Valdez Airport explosion that held at 8 p.m. tonight at Mount Abraham High School Auditorium. Just as the radio finishes, actually, as Kimberly switch a station to Highway to Hell, and she also switched that too. Kimberly call Highway to Hell by AC/DC. And also, Kimberly called, got a call from her dad that say her transmission flew. And we actually see a biker chick flashes her friends in the back. And we actually see a logger truck pass by. We see Isabella, a guy drinking non-responsibly. We see Evan, Eugene, Steve, Kat, Rory, Tim, and Nora. Yeah, those people. And I'm actually going to cover all of them. Okay, Evan Lewis is played by David Pata, who actually is in disturbing behavior. Tom Cox in disturbing behavior. Brad Lynch is Bang Bang You're Dead. Colby Pastor in the crappy I'll always know what you did last summer. Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Mark Campbell in my favorite TV show, Supernatural, Exit on Main Street, and 2.5 Men. And Tim Carpenter is portrayed by James Cort. Nora Carpenter is actually by Linda Boyd, who actually is in disturbing behavior with David Pack. With Tom Cox, with David Pakutu, Linda Boyd in disturbing behavior alongside David Pakutu, and she also wrote a Miss Lucille Strake. Linda Boyd also does voice actor by Urza in Failed for 2 in The New Battle, and Nancy in Bones. And she played Kate Jennings. Keegan Connor Tracy, who actually play Donna / Molly Blackwoods. She also was known to play Maribel Keegan in White Noise. She also appeared in Final Destination, but it's actually only in arcade. And she also is portrayed as Diaka in Embracing a Vampire. Additionally, she also played Dead Rising, Watchtower, and Endgame as Jordan Abraire. And she played Elizabeth Pearson as in Z. Roy Pearson, played by Jonathan Cherry, and Eugene Dix is portrayed by T.C. Carson, who actually is who is known for voicing Rod Ghoul in Justice League vs. Teen Titans. Deputy Steve Adams is played by Aaron Douglas, who was also taking roles as Frank Black in White Noise with Keegan, and as the Assistant District Attorney number one in Exorcism of Every Rose. Additionally, he played Harry Simpson in Death to Our Part, and Jesse in Monster Here. One of us, and also, one of her friends actually say gas of the ozone layer, but it's actually Roy Carr. Longer trucks that actually. And fun fact, when the accident happened, it's actually one of the logs is CG, so it did not really snap like before. It just CG snap. And Steve was driving car, and coffee spilled while the car and the counter became vision. So here are over all the deaths in the vision. The first death is Steve, while he actually got long in the face. Then it's Eugene got trapped on the log. Then it Kate and Nora, Kat and Rory. Then Kat and Rory. Then it's Evan Lewis. Then it's Kimberly and her friends. Then that what happened to the vision, and Kimberly froze in place, and she actually seen the pile up before it happened. And honestly, she urges Steve to stop the pile up. And the text I'm reading of 180, and honestly, in reference to the Flight 180, and did see the truck and Steve, but honestly, she urged Steve to stop the longer truck, and honestly, however, at 1 minute and 15 seconds, tragedy strike. At 1 minute and 89 seconds, 15 unknown people died tragically in the car pileup. But, however, when she begged Steve save her, but tragically strikes Shayna, Dano, and Frankie die in a truck collide into the car. They're dead, and Kimberly is crying, and honestly, they actually are reflect that Alex Brown's six survivors that a plane crash that actually permission. But Alex is actually dead now. But Clear is still alive. Meanwhile, her dad does see her alive. Now, Kimberly asks about her mom having if she have a strange feeling that something is actually. Evan Lewis is actually won the lottery and bought a bunch of things. And he actually is. But death looms over, and he get calls from girls for him. And a letter fall into his noodles, and he actually cook in the microwave. Then it starts to sparks and start a fire, and the fire extinguishers soon run out, and the windows lock. Now, the apartment exploded, and he on his way out, he slipped on noodles. But he's on his back with glass on his back, and the ladders fell, but he did fell until at 59 seconds. Evan Lewis is impaled through the eye through the ladder escape. He is now dead. Now Steve is doing research on the previous victims of the movie, of the last movie, and the freak accident that Alex Brown And when a brick fell on him at 40 seconds in. Cap is walking on the treadmill, and when sees the on the news, reporters say 18 people in a pileup, and honestly, after saving Kimberly from a the SV after that collision, now they actually learned that Lewis, who actually died. Now Nora and Tim are actually going to the dentist tomorrow. And Kimberly can't sleep, haunted by the memories, and going to go to clear the only survivors. Kimberly have visions that torment her, lead her to the facility. She actually had to give her phone, her necklace, everything, because she actually believed that she's dangerous because death might use her against her. And her conversation with that pursued the death, and honestly, Clear and die first that actually stays in. And Clear don't want to leave because of her death will kill. Because death will kill her. For staying alive is to put her to this mental facility for the rest of her life. And honestly, this is actually the smartest decision to escape death. Clear Rivers notice, honestly, after Kimberly left, Clear will look at the wall and begin to check herself out. Steve cleaned, and honestly, she spot a sign of pigeons. And she actually... Honestly, now the fish tank is leaking, and honestly, it's going to be a new... and they're going to... Okay, to tell you the truth, they're going to be a close call with it. Oh, fun fact, Luce's death, his head was actually filled with hamburger meat. Oh, for the death scene. They call saying medical center. Honestly, they are drilling, and honestly, when they go check, a pigeon just actually flying around while the oxygen off, and Tim got a plastic fish in his mouth. And nick in time, the assistant saved him. And Kimberly say, "Look out for the pigeons!" And Tim chase it. And suddenly, at 4 minutes and 66 seconds, Tim chases the pigeons, and Tim is crushed by the glass panel. Fun fact, this was shot on the screen with him and dummy. With a green screen guy and a dummy of himself. Tim is dead, and poor Nora. It's actually a freak accident that actually happened. Now, Clear, Steve, and Nora went to the morgue. He knows they're coming. Who knows he's coming? We know it's Tony fucking Todd! or William Bloodworth. Greeted her. Say hello, Clear. Honestly, Kimberly asks how to stop death. The only way to stop death is to bring new life. Honestly, thank you, William, for the knowledge. Honestly, Isabel is driving a white van, so they actually look for Isabel from Route 23 so she can deliver her baby to stop death's plan. Steve searched her database and discovered her name Isabel. Along, Rory went to the meeting. No word from the white van. Nora, Kat, and Eugene are with him, and Eugene remarks that it's crazy. Urge them to a subway that fast at the look around. Clear warns them about staying in the death trap. Kat decided to step out the smoke, while Nora, she had nothing left to lose because she lost her husband, now her son. Eugene shake his head crazy and going to leave. And now, meanwhile, Nora and Eugene encounter a man with hooks. And honestly, the signs warn a man with hooks. And the guy sniffed Nora that then her phone rings. Steve warns her that men with hooks are going to kill her. But it's actually got her. And the elevator is going up and not going to open because at 26 minutes and 50 seconds, Nora Carpenter is decapitated after getting her head stuck between the elevator doors. She lost her head. Nora is dead. And Eugene is in panic and pull out a gun, and he going to attempt to his own life. But honestly, it's actually, all of them were loaded, but all 6 shots did load, but it wasn't his turn to die. Okay, this is actually what actually happens. Death is actually preventing him to die. But meanwhile, Isabel is safe, but they're charge her with Grand Theft Auto. But she actually went to about to have her baby. They actually drive her van. But this is actually not the first time anybody cheated death. Okay. Eugene, this is what actually happened. All of them cheated death. Eugene cheated death because a kid that he went to school with, a kid that he teaches for, killed himself. uh, tried to murder somebody. Rory saw Carter got whacked by a billboard. A bus where Cat got in got hit by a girl. Somebody was strangled to death by a billboard. Strangled to death by a clothesline. And Billy actually got cut. And all the deaths were actually the deaths of the Flight 180. What actually happened? They actually... Okay, when all of them cheated death, they cause a ripple effect that actually... that make death tie up loose ends. That's why death is going backwards. Start with okay, Evan first. Start with the first death, which is her friend's, and ends with the last death. Caused the accident. Honestly, they actually have an accident where Kat is stuck in her seat and she actually smoking a cigarette. That actually, but the guy said we will put it on silent. And they actually inject the airbag while Kat got impaled through the head with a sharpened pipe where airbag deployed. At 8 seconds, her cigarettes are blown into the and make the news blow up at 1 minute and 33 seconds. Rory Peters got sliced in 3 parts. Fun fact, like Tim's, this death was actually green screen. Honestly, Eugene is still alive, and honestly, Kat. Rory is dead, so is Kat. So she have another vision that Isabel getting choked, and the news reports revealed that meanwhile the deaths of is honestly death is actually making Eugene oxygen go off. And the baby is born. And Clear rushes to Eugene, but the elevator reaches unplugged the oxygen, and the baby enters the room. And suddenly, someone appears with bloody hands, because Isabel was supposed to die in the bar. At 5 minutes and 64 seconds, Eugene Dix is separated with the oxygen tank exploded, and Clear Rivers meet the same fate. Man, Clear is burnt to the crisp. Her hands, Kimberly's hands were bloody. The visions of her, honestly, it means A new life is actually saving her from drowning. This means it hinges of her restore her heart after being drowned. And she plunged to the water with the van. And she gonna try to cheat. And honestly, her life flashed before her eye. However, she actually came back to life, having cheated death. Now, they actually gather dinner and Kimberly is eaten. Peter shared the story that Rory saving Brian from a news van. In a dramatic moment of the last death, just 62 seconds, Brian Gibbons was killed by a barbecue exploded. Despite his dad warned about the dangers, it shifts to Brian's arm rested on the table and cut to black, and the movie ends. How many kills did Final Destination 2 have? Let's find out and get to the kills. Huh, another piece of candy. Wait, I cheated death again? Uh-oh. Wait, what is that dagger? In a total of 27 lives lost in Final Destination 2, including 15 unknown individuals, 5 males, and 8 males, and 5 females. With a running time of 90 minutes, we experience life's loss every hour at 1.30 minutes. With the great acts, the reward for the great acts of execution for coolest death goes to Evan, who actually, honestly, the ladder fall on top of his head and got the best practical effects that actually made it look like his head was caved by the ladder. The whippy axe Adonis will actually go to Rory, who actually got split in half, and the CGI not very good with the green screen. The grand death for the death that Varog envisioned, who actually is Steve, who met his fate in the vision where the log actually pushed through his car. That's it. Final Destination 2 was released in 2003 and followed by Final Destination 3 when it was released in 3 years later. And I will be covering Final Destination 3. I am your host, William Prouty, and this has been the Lost Lives Count. Thank you. I want to thank my subscribers for this, and I will actually cover the Hunger Games Lives Lost Count. Have a good day, guys. Bye.